Hello, everyone. Once again, I'm back with a wonderful interview today I'm going to have. I hope you all will enjoy it. So today I'm having a guest with us. I guess she don't need any introduction. She is an all-rounder, and there is a lot of stuff I'm going to share with you about her. You can see that there are so many people who have done their specialization in one area, as well as some of them used to go in different area in different country for pursue their dreams. But the guest we are having today, she is the ultimate example of the same. She has not only completed her dream with a passion, she has completed her all desire and also working and driving in with such a motivation in such a wonderful direction to support all the young inspire people like us. So please welcome Dr. Nidhi Khurana. Thank you, Dr. Nidhi, for being there with us. We are so happy and I'm very much excited to have the question with me and to do the chatting with you. I hope you are fine and doing great.
Absolutely, Karishma. It's my pleasure to be here. And thank you so much for a wonderful introduction. And for sure, we are ready to get started.
Thank you so much, Nidhi. So let me start with a little bit more introduction about you. Let me tell to my all the viewers. Well, Nidhi Khurana is also a leadership, life science career coach and a partnership building she had done. She is also a result-oriented leader and dedicated to make a meaningful impact over the society with her results. The way she guided and the way she endorsed is really, really wonderful. And I hope you will going to learn with lot of her expertise that she had done in the past. She's not only supporting the today's education like Padega India, Jabi to Padega India, but she is also doing such an innovative purpose so that it can serve for the future generation. So let's start with the first question with you. So, Dr. Nidhi, my first question, like you have done a lot of things. Actually, I have a lot of stuff to ask you about yourself. So, while working over, such dreams, a person having their own perceptions, right? They always think that they want to have, before if they can be, a doctor, before that they can be an actor, likewise. So, is all the things that you have done in your life right now till today, it was pre-decided or something you have like gradually up to come at with that point? I know that you have made a lot of patience there. So
Mhm.
what was your journey?
Sure, Karishma. So, a very interesting question to start with. Well, I think, it's very rare that a person, thinks in their childhood that they want to be that. And then they grow up and they still want to be that. And then they have all the resources and they're moving forward in that direction and they're happy and content and satisfied with that career goal in mind which they had in childhood. You
Yeah,
will find these personalities very rare, actually, because majority of the population it still figures out what they want to do
yeah,
as they grow up, as they evolve in their journey. So when it comes to life sciences community, the this this particular aspect of area is very challenging, I would say. Why? Because knowingly, unknowingly, we are all conditioned to think of ourselves to becoming medical doctors when we grow up. Okay. People who choose biology in their class 10, class 12, every parent is expecting their kid to be a medical professional. And somehow we are knowingly, unknowingly again, we are guided towards that perception that our career goal going forward is being a medical doctor. But and I know that yes, there are national level entrance exams. Yes, there are, but the seats that are open to these to becoming medical professionals are very limited as compared to the students who appear for it. So then, what about the rest of them? So
yeah,
the story is simpler. Okay, when I grew up, my father being a physician, everybody expected me to be a medical doctor also. Okay, of course, I sat for the exam. All right. And in the first initial attempt, I could not pass through tier one MBBS institutes. So then
okay,
we decided to go for life sciences courses. And I'm sure that 99% will have the same story.
yeah,
Okay. Now, what happens is when we enter these life sciences, courses, which happened to me,
yeah,
um, you only enter there because it says BSc Biotech, BSc Microbiome, BSc Biochemistry. But then we actually do not know what to do next, how to then build the career going forward in these directions. And that similar thing happened to me. Okay. So the question that you asked, whether it was all thought of before, no. I figured it out what I wanted to do when I grow up, how when I was in my educational journey, every phase had a different career goal. Okay. And in my pursuit of that particular career goal, I of course came across different opportunities in between. And
Yeah.
I think that what kept me diversifying to this extent was reflecting on what I am liking in that moment and how I would like to add value to the society that resonates best with me. So, just like that, I did my BSc, MSc, then it was about PhD. I entered into a PhD thinking that life sciences students ought to do PhD. Okay, if you do not do PhD, then there's something wrong here. Okay. But then I went, and when I entered into postdoc after PhD,
Yeah.
okay, I figured in the initial 3 months, I figured I don't think so that being in R&D space itself
Yeah.
resonates with me to the best of my values. Like I was still not content with where I was putting my energy into. And that is when I started looking forward to different kind of roles in the industry. So then we had this beautiful system in place at University of Michigan, which guided the PhDs and postdocs and masters in career building. And that is where a lot of exposure happened with me in terms of identifying what all career roles are there, where I can get started. But one thing that resonated with me was if I find myself in this situation, and I've always been an aced student throughout. Okay. But I was finding myself at a point where despite having all these degrees in hand, despite having all these accolades in hand and accomplishments that I've had so far, I was feeling lost. What to do next? So then reflecting on this, I figured it's not possible that it is just me.
Of
Okay.
course.
And then the quest began that if the similar problem is faced by other students, other life sciences students as well. So I conducted a self, survey, which I designed by myself, sent it to all my connections of my institutes, LinkedIn, and everybody. And I got almost 500, 700 responses. And all of them, like almost all of them, were eager to know what other careers are there, how to achieve those careers, even for the people who want to become professors. There was
Yeah.
no clarity on the steps that is required to become a professor. Okay, why many people are failing, but on the other hand, some of them succeed. Okay, so there was no clarity on what leads to success of becoming a professor. So, like all these normal questions with regards to career building, and that is where I found my interest, immense interest, and I made my way back to India, and I joined Faba Academy, which was then just getting started, and I got to head it fortunately to for skill development for life sciences students, so that they become more industry oriented in their approach and in their practical skills. And I got the opportunity to guide the students and mentor students along that way. Um, Aligning with that, then I figured that I like to be in a more dynamic role, right?
Yeah.
And that is when I started to search for roles where you get to talk, you get to build partnerships.
Yeah.
I loved bringing two institutions, organizations together in synergy and driving a outcome. So yes, as I moved forward in my education journey, it was all sought after. Nothing was pre-planned, but I reflected on how I would want to contribute to the community in what manner, and align the opportunities that were coming in with that goal in mind. And that is how I'm here. Yeah. Doing whatever I can.
Yeah, I can say that by hearing your answer, I really resonates, the way you have done with the incredible journey and the way you are, moving right now with that passion. I can see in your eyes the enthusiasm that you are having. I'm, really, really blessed that, when I was planning your interview, when I saw your profile, I was thinking that there are so many things from where should I start? And with your one answer, a very thing is getting clear to me. I was just like, that I don't want to take the interview. I just want to listen to you just here. That something is made my day. So it's really interesting, and I would like to congratulate for this wonderful, incredible performance that you have done so far, and you are doing even for the society. I think mostly people when they get settled, like you said that you have not planned even, but the way you are going, it is something like it's already been planned. You have to do this, then this, then this, and this. You something like and I have taken a lot of interview, but this is something really interesting. I was planning to take it every time. I was like, okay, I will take this time. But finally, the day come, and now I came to know, the journey you have done. I'm jealous with that. Okay, fine. That's a part of joke. So,
Yeah.
my next question to you with this follow up, like, you're also a leader. You endure a leadership quality, right, in your life. So I guess you also believe in holistic development, and you are a perfect example of holistic development. With whom I can say yes, she is a holistic person who have done the progress in most of the area. So if I ask you, with your leadership skill, if you need to choose one area where you would like to work, apart from that you are doing already in some zones, so which area would you like to work? Where you want to show that yes, this is only remaining, and I want to go there and showing your
Wellness.
wellness. Okay,
Wellness.
noted,
Wellness. Yes.
noted.
So, yeah, interesting enough, I would like to build on that. Why? Because very different from what other people generally perceive that
Yeah,
you should be doing just one thing.
yeah,
Otherwise, your focus will be so diverted that you won't be
yeah.
able to focus too
Happen.
much. But I guess this focus actually comes really late in life,
Yeah,
and before a certain age, before a certain phase in your life, you are still exploring, and you should allow yourself to explore what you like the most. And
yeah.
when I was doing my PhD, okay, I happened to also have an exposure to wellness. Okay,
Okay,
in terms of like I was into aerobics and Zumba. I ended up taking certifications. I have this hobby of dancing, so I ended up taking certifications along the way.
okay,
I took the certification of being a yoga teacher as well. So the learning that happened on that front, even they resonate with me. Like as much as what I'm doing currently. And when so I've always done this on the sidelines before, until like 3 years from now, I've always had wellness in my component in serving the people on the sidelines. But for the last 3 years, because of my commitment into my business and my
yeah,
job and everything, and being a mother, so I had to give that a backseat a little bit in terms of teaching people or in terms of serving the community along the wellness front. So yes, so I let myself explore diverse areas and just go where my interest lies and see whether this is something that I would like to invest my time in. And so that is how wellness came into. I
yeah.
think this is one area that whenever I'm ready to, I will definitely explore and put my hard work into once again. Yeah.
Really, really impressing. Like, you're working on the wellness. I guess you should add one more point, that is perfectness, because you are doing perfectly all the things, and that is
Okay.
really, really
Yeah.
admiring. Being a career woman, career
Um,
state, and all.
Right. So I am, the one thing I think that I would like to give myself credit to, which leads me to take chances with my interest and with whatever I want to do and delving into is not aiming to be perfect.
Okay.
I don't aim to be perfect. I call myself an executioner. Okay, not the ones that executes people, but in terms of getting the job done. My I am a very solution oriented person. I have a challenge. You throw me a challenge, my entire energy goes into finding a solution for it. Aiming for perfectionism is not me.
Okay.
If you give me a task at whatever stage, if I find it that now it is ready to be out, that it is ready enough to add value to other people's life in whatever ways,
Yeah.
just get started on it. Because if you wait for to be perfect in something, then it's going to take you lifetime to be perfect because their learning never stops. And then what is your threshold that you will stop learning at that stage?
Yeah. Obvious.
There
Obvious.
can be no such threshold. You have to keep learning, keep evolving. So I am able to explore diverse things in my life. I think it is because I don't aim to be perfect. I just want to bring out my skills on the table and figure out how my skills can help people. The
Okay.
level of help can be different and it does not have to be perfect. Yeah.
That's really great. Okay. So my next question is, you have worked with different companies, right? At a global level and
Yeah.
also national level. So being a woman, like people used to say that working with and making a startup for a woman, especially in the pharma industry, is really being challenging. So according to you, like for young generation women, like who would like to apply for the same and nurture themselves for preparing for such big industries, so what are the challenges that you had faced and you find it like the most difficult one? What one challenge would you like to share with us while working with national
Uh,
and international?
mhm. While working with national and international and being a woman.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think being a woman or being a mother, as I would say, my one challenge is time management
Okay.
because I am at a stage in my life where I cannot ignore my work. I'm not ready to do that. I cannot ignore my child. I'm not ready to do that. I cannot ignore my family, my personal growth. No, I'm not ready to do that. So I think it is how you think. Like, see, this is my choice. I
Yeah.
do not want to compromise neither on my work, nor my family, nor my
Yeah.
personal growth. And so for me, that is why effective time management becomes a lot of challenge.
Yeah.
Uh, of course, my all the days don't look similar. Yes, there are days where I give a lot of time to my family and don't, put myself into work at that intensity. But there are days where, I'm not able to give that much time to my child or my
Yeah.
family. But I am required to be thinking about work at that very moment.
Yes.
So my days don't look similar, but yes, effective time management is something that we as women should aim for. It's not about what we can do or cannot do. Basically, there is no restriction when it comes to skills. There's no restriction. There's no limit to what we can achieve, but it's all in our minds. Okay. I have seen women, and it's all on in minds and also personal priority.
Yeah.
There are women who tend to take career breaks to look after their
Yeah.
family. So that's their personal priority. That is how they want to proceed in life. At that moment, they want to give all the attention to the family and then to the career. So
Obvious.
that is fine because it's that person's choice. My personal choice is not to compromise on all these aspects. I do not want to leave my work behind because you can say if it was for nothing, I'm a workaholic. Work fuels me. If I don't have work, I literally cannot go on vacation more than like max 10 days or something because then I start to miss working. So that's aligning with that. I figured
Yeah.
that I cannot, it's not like if I give up work completely, I'll be happy. So I will not be happy if I give up completely either of these things. So that
Okay.
is why for me as an individual, it's the time management that I have to put my energy into, to put a lot of thought into, and come up with a plan to kind of, take it all together. And sometimes, yes, it is taxing, but I guess uh, it's not even subject specific. Taxing is anything that person wants to achieve. So, for example, you want to excel in a career.
Yeah.
So even that could be taxing in terms of your performance, your learning, your output,
Yeah.
right? So I guess everybody faces the stress. Everybody has their own challenges, but it's just that these challenges are very unique to people based on their circumstances, their situations, their priorities, and everybody's trying to come up with them. So for me, it is the challenge of time management. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really, I guess, a very interesting one. All I can say, I heard a lot of things with different people that they used to share that the challenges based upon the dealing with the people, society. There are a lot of things. But in case there is nothing, nothing find any type of barrier for you, just the time management. I guess some people
Yeah.
give by answer, but this is something very interesting, and I've expected one. So my next question is, like you have worked with different, as I said again, with the industries and all, with the partners, like, at the global and national level again. So with the pharma industry, as per our country, the growth of especially the youth is driving their interests, not being in the pharma and they're going for different branches, CS and IT. and like you're working in currently in the domain, okay, you have also worked earlier. So what is your point of view, as you have guided the students, you have already been close with the same, with their mental status and whatever they think of regarding the same. So what you think that's the main reason that people are declining themselves, to get admission in that area and looking for this CSID, like different branches and all? Because you are the perfect person with whom I can ask this thing. Because you have already dealt with different type of industries and also worked with different organizations in guiding through the workshop seminars and all. So which phase you find that difficult for the students, that what type of, illusion they are having, all I can say, for the pharma industries basically?
Okay, so what I understand is, let me just, for my understanding, let me rephrase the question. You want to understand that the challenges that the students face
Yeah.
or life sciences individuals face when it comes to building the career in pharma industry, and
Yeah.
why are they switching to other fields?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. There are many layers to this problem.
Yeah.
I would like to start with the first layer, that is darkness around how industry functions and how can one transition from academia to industry.
Yeah.
Now, the one of the most prominent challenges is we all come up from a very a highly academic mindset.
Yeah.
Okay, so I remember saying this out loud to somebody that when we are pursuing our 12th, then people are asking about our board exams, the
Yeah.
marks, okay, and the position in the class. Okay, then when we go to BSc, now the people are asking about, oh, what's your CGPA? Oh, what are
Yeah.
your subjects? Which subject you want to do your masters in? Okay, then
Yeah.
when we are in masters, everybody is asking about, when are you going to join PhD? When are you going to join PhD? When are you
Okay.
going to join PhD?
Yeah.
Okay. Then when we are in PhD, then everybody's curious to know about postdoc. Now you see in this entire, this is the most common scenario.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what if these questions were when we were in 12? What if somebody asked us, okay, fine, you are going to appear for medical entrance exam, but we know there are limited seats. So what is your backup plan? Do you know about other careers that exist? Do you know about the degree that you need to pursue to be able to have that kind of career goal? Then when we are in BSc, why nobody asked us, why didn't you go for an internship?
Yeah.
Why didn't you start building your in the knowledge of industry right there and then,
Yeah.
starting in BSc? Then when we are in masters, why is nobody asking us, okay, fine, PhD is one option, but do you know other options, other career options? Do you know of any other job roles? Because people are pursuing jobs after their MSc. It could be a handful in today's society, but they are. That means there are positions. It's just that because nobody is guiding us to keep our focus on our career goal,
Yeah.
we are not thinking in that direction. We are not, those questions are not coming in front of our eyes,
Yeah.
which can help us in building our career in this industry. Okay. And then when we are in PhD, again, nobody is asking us whether you want to go for postdoc or are you planning to now get a job for yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Why people take it for granted that a PhD has to go for a postdoc? What is the career? Again, there is one common observation in the mentoring sessions or when I talk to people. I ask them, what is your career goal?
Yeah.
Now, if this person is an MS, they will always say PhD. My
Got
next
it.
question to these people are, how is PhD your career goal? It's your milestone. It's a step to reach your career goal. Your
Okay.
career goal is something where you enjoy a certain quality of life, you enjoy a certain kind of job, you get paid for the input that you have. Why do we lose the purpose of the higher education? Okay, when our parents expect us to go for higher education, what
Yeah.
are they expecting from you? What
Yeah.
are we expecting when we enroll ourselves in higher education? That we will be having a good job sometime, or our business. We could be an entrepreneur, or we could be, having jobs. We would be having a certain quality of life, for
Yeah.
better pay, for better quality of life, for my personal aspirations, my professional aspirations. So where does this all go? We forget
Obvious.
about this.
Obvious that.
Somehow, PhD becomes our career goal. No, PhD is not your career goal. PhD is a very important step, maybe if required, to reach your career goal.
Correct.
Now, if you want to be like an R&D scientist or scientific investigator, PhD is a must.
Yeah.
But your career goal is actually being a scientific investigator.
Yeah.
Your career goal is not PhD. So PhD is required to be there. So it's like a milestone. So this is what happens. So one layer is we are somehow conditioned to think only about our achievements, how many
Yeah.
marks I got,
Yeah.
where in the class the position is, and all of that. But we are not thinking about practical exposure to industry when it comes to internships, when it comes to finding yourself ways to
Yeah.
become acquainted with what industry is doing. So one
Yeah.
of the very second layer of the problem is, like I said, is not knowing how industry functions,
Yeah.
because we've always stayed in an academic environment.
Yeah.
We tend to just pursue knowledge.
Yeah.
It's inbuilt in us. We are always in pursuit of knowledge. That we'll even if I ask you right now, okay, Karishma, going forward, what do you want to know? Your mind will go
Yeah.
back to what you don't know, and then you'll tell me, oh, I want to learn this.
Yeah. Obvious.
Your answer should have been yes, obvious. That's obvious. But basically, you have already learned so much. So why don't you think about applying it?
Yeah.
When I
Obvious.
ask you what do you want to do going forward, why
Yeah.
can't you put that knowledge to practical application?
Yeah. It happens.
Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, so this is where a mindset shift is required, where knowledge pursuit should be there, but your goal is not just to keep pursuing knowledge your entire life. Your goal is to also apply that knowledge to come up with better solution for the society in whatever way possible. And this is the main difference between academia and industry, is which people are not aware of. Academia is more about pursuit of knowledge. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, fine, there could be drives of innovation, there could be practical aspects of what you're pursuing research, but majorly is still it's the pursuit of knowledge. People are doing research to know more and more and more about something. Okay. But in industry, people are solution oriented, because they've got to create something that can be a solution to the consumers.
Yeah.
So
Obvious.
it's solution oriented. Yeah. So they may not be pursuing knowledge, but they are applying whatever knowledge is there in how that can help or create being presented as a solution in what manner. So the third layer to this problem that you said, that that why students switch,
Yeah.
that is because they do not know how hiring happens in life sciences industry.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. So
Exactly.
one basic difference is, I'll tell you. So a decade ago, okay, we are seeing that the life sciences industry has faced a surge in
Yeah.
the number of startups, in innovation and discovery and everything. Like over the past, what I would like to call it a decade, but it
Yeah.
has been more visible post COVID.
Yeah.
Okay, more visible. The development was happening in the past decade, but it became
Yeah.
more visible to people post COVID. Okay, but yes, the challenge was before that. If you ask me, okay, what about before the decade? Yes, the challenge were there. There were only a few limited roles in the industry in the form of QA, QC, R&D scientists. There was nothing else that people could contribute to. Okay, or even if they did, they required some specialized degrees. That was like a long time back, right?
Yeah.
But and then that, since even before that, in India, IT sector
Yeah.
is huge, right? And it's been into existence for so long. Now, please understand that this particular job search strategy, or getting hired in the industry,
Yeah.
is inspired from what happens in IT or management, where bulk hiring can happen.
Yeah.
Okay, in
Oh,
IT's bulk hiring happens. So there are a lot of positions that are visible on LinkedIn, on Indeed, on Naukri. People are applying online, and maybe they are getting opportunities as well.
yeah.
But that is not the similar case with life sciences industry. Please understand.
I
Life
understand.
sciences industry they hardly go for bulk hiring. Okay,
Yeah.
but there are positions, there is no dearth of job opportunities, what people feel. Because whenever you go for job search, most of the jobs are IT sector oriented, and very handful are life sciences oriented. people automatically perceive that there are lesser job opportunities in life sciences. But please understand that life sciences industry has started to show up very recently. And that is why for these opportunities to come up on these online platforms, it will take time. But at this moment, what is required of a life sciences student is to proactively reach out. When you take this responsibility in your hand in reaching out to people, to company, connecting, networking, these opportunities become visible like anything. Because people are still not
Obvious.
talking about it, posting about it online, but there are. And you need to find a way to reach to them. So that is why mindset, the somewhere darkness around what
Wow.
happens in industry, how is it different from academia, and how how people are getting hired in the industry. What is that correct strategy that you become visible and you then get hired? Okay. So I think these three layers are the problem that are driving people or making them think that there are no such great opportunities in life sciences sector, and it's better to switch to IT, CS, because those opportunities are just visible. So it's something like जो दिखता है वो बिकता है वाला concept यहाँ पे apply होता है. But it's just that life sciences has equal number of opportunities and there is no dearth of jobs. How
Obvious.
can there be? Please imagine for yourself the surge in the number of startups, industries, divisions, everything that has happened in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And then how can there be dearth of job opportunities? It's just that it's still not coming up on online platforms what all the opportunities. So only 80%, like only 20%
Yeah.
job opportunities are visible, and across 80%, it's not visible, but it's there. So it's the life sciences students or the individuals'
Yeah.
responsibility to find this opportunity for themselves. Yeah, as of this moment at least.
I think that's a
Yeah.
wonderful answer when the viewers is going to watch, because I think this is a major problem. That's why I asked this question to you. Right question to approach with the right person gives a sense of understanding, and you are better knowing person. Because you have dealt with different grades. Okay, not only the UG, PG. If I talk about as per the understanding of a mentor, every person cannot be a mentor, but yes, a mentor can understand every person based upon their emotional intelligence, and I guess you are having that in depicting the way you have asked them question, you approach them, and the answer you receive the honest advice. Most students don't be, but it's really important to get into that emotional intelligence. Okay, so as we are running with the time, I have some rapid fire question with you. So are you ready with the same?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So my first question: an early morning ritual practice that you do?
Practice.
Yeah.
So I generally wake up and have my water. Then I tend to stand outside like for about 5 minutes, just listening to the sounds, whatever there are, just being in the moment. And then I come back. It's a short yoga practice which lasts about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I'm ready to just get ahead with the work. Yeah.
Okay. So my second question: must-have item on your office desk when you used to go office. Which item did you require should be there?
My diary and my pen.
Okay,
Something to write on and my
really
pen. Yeah.
okay. That's really okay. Which is a favorite book as of now that you really love to you aspire to inspire and you love that book? Would you like to share with us?
Lean in.
Okay,
So
I
lean in. Yes. Right.
okay.
So it's a book for women, I would say, who are into their professional journey, and highlights a lot of normal issue that comes with
Yeah.
being women and
Yeah.
their mindset in the corporate sector. So
Okay.
yes, that is something that I would
Okay.
love.
Who was your motivation throughout this journey when you have started, from A to Z? You have done a lot of things. As I can see, you've also done a good publication at international national level. I would like to say to my viewers that Dr. Nidhi Khurana has incredible, dynamic research, and she has wrote wonderful articles. You can check it out there. I will share the profile. And the best thing, that you have done by your own, that you said self assessment is very important that you have done. So according to you, who was the person there behind? You can say that yes, that was the backbone for you for achieving all those milestone events. There is no only one milestone event, to be honest. There are so many milestone events you are having in your life. Who was that person? Would you like
Okay.
to?
Sure. So, Karishma, my answer here would not be just one person. So,
Yeah,
it's been very weird. But for me, so you see, all of us aspire different things in different life.
yeah,
All of our space is different.
yeah,
Okay. So, I have never really compared or try to be inspired with one particular person. But
yeah,
I think I aspire from personality. So as in, like, personalities who are dedicated to drives to come up with some solution to solve people's problems.
yeah,
Okay, now even all the industry, whatever company you go in, you start
yeah,
your own business. The end goal is to find a solution to someone's problems. Okay, so I
yeah,
think across the globe, these personalities could be around me who are really dedicated to what they are doing. I am inspired by their
yeah,
commitment to
yeah,
finding those solutions and keep going at it. And
yeah,
these could be also on TV, in documentaries, everywhere. So I don't for me, it's never been just one person. I really, for a long time, like, even I've questioned myself for it many
yeah,
times in the past, why for me I am not able to find that one person, because people have.
yeah,
I've seen like many great leaders who are role models for people. But I think for me, it's the personality, it's the nature of work that inspires me. And that could be in my surrounding, working with me, in my company, in neighbor company, in my relatives, whatever. And it
yeah.
could be anywhere on on online platforms. So yeah, that
That's
that
really
would be my
wonderful.
answer to this.
That's really wonderful answer. Actually, I have only less time remaining. I thought to take this interview and
Sure.
extend long, but I will definitely get back to you once you're done with your wellness also that you said today. This
Okay.
is something very new information that the viewers who would like, who are very curious to know about you, they will definitely get to know that you have done. It's not only a one day journey. I am totally like totally respect your efforts that whatever you did in your life, and my my like warm regards for you, ma'am. Like the wonderful journey you had. Even you are planning, mostly people person take retirement. Okay, let's take a rest, but you are unstoppable. And it is like one of the most very genuine interview I had ever, where you have honest experiences you had in your life. And you said the best thing, that your time management. You said that being a mother, that I need to like my time is very important. I need to like dedicate to my family. So mostly people sometimes get one sided, but this is something really inspiring for them, how women can do a lot of things. And being an all-rounder personality, you did really a great job in your personal and professional life. My lot of wishes are there with you. I wish a great future for you. The unwavering support of your loved one definitely always be there, because you are doing such a noble purpose for everybody. And all I can say, that was really a wonderful interview. And thank you so much for planning with me today. As I was